Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw aboard the new World Navigator from Atlas Ocean Voyages, and I'm here once again with Alberto Aliberti, who is the president of this wonderful new cruise line and this oversees this wonderful new ship. And we're here this time to talk a little bit about off the ship and on the ship. And I mean, of course, the adventure and excursions you're going to have off the ship and the entertainment and activities you're going to have on the ship. And we're going to find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Alberto, this has been a wonderful cruise. This is a test cruise, so we're not quite seeing everything you have to offer, but we wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's to come and the kinds of things that you're going to have. And so I guess the first type of thing is, we all care about entertainment, both daytime and nighttime entertainment. Talk a little bit about what this ship will offer.
Thanks, first of all, James. And the entertainment on board is to complement the active lifestyle that we're going to have ashore. So what we're doing is we have multifaceted. We will have one of our crew members who will be an entertainer, usually a specialty type act, whether it be a little bit of a comedic entertainment or something visual. And then that will always be part of our crew. Then we're going to bring on a feature act every cruise that would be someone more in line with a show, a bigger show, but they'll do it as a one-person show because of the intimate setting of our ship. And so we'll have a feature entertainer. Also, in addition, we have a ship's lounge and cocktail pianist who we select not because they're your typical cocktail pianist, but more because they're a piano bar, rebel-rousing type of a person. So the people can
keep things lively, right?
Quite lively, quite lively. In fact, here in the Dome, as you've seen, it's been quite packed at night. So the pianist will be the place where people end up late at night. We also have a calmer side, which would be down in the Atlas Lounge, which has been proven a place where people enjoy going for that relaxation, a little bit calmer or more social gatherings, lectures, and that sort of thing. So we'll have those sorts of things on board. Then we will make use of local entertainment, but sparingly. We're not going to run a lot of typical folkloric stuff that other lines do. We don't want to do anything that's gratuitous. If there is something that has a strong cultural value, then yes, we're going to go ahead and include that.
Right. So now let's talk a little bit about off the ship. You are Adventure Looks, and so now you're going to have a lot of different excursions. And first they'll be here in the warm weather, where you're going to be doing your Greece and Egypt cruises, and then you're going to work your way down to the Caribbean, down South America, and all the way finally at the end of the year, you're going to go to Antarctica. So there's going to be a kind of wide range of excursions. But talk about the philosophy of what kind of excursions you're going to offer.
Well, James, what we want to do is we want to offer a diverse array. The traditional, what we like to call a bread and butter excursion, something that someone new to the area wants to take, we will have those options. However, what we also will offer, and this is kind of what we like to say makes us a little different, is we like to offer some spicier items. Like, for example, we don't shy away for some things that maybe other cruise lines do. We do such things as tandem paragliding, bungee jumping.
Those are a little more extreme.
And we enjoy it. And we do whitewater rafting. However, what we do is we put a spin on it, deluxe spin, whether it would be after the event, some sort of a toast of champagne at the end of the event, or maybe a nice local meal. So we do have that side also. And then what we like to do too is we do spend a lot of time in port. So we do have also ashore overnight events, a lot of overland events, because we like to get people further afield, deeper into these countries we're exploring. That's during our normal, what we would like to call warm weather cruising. When we get down to Antarctica, we're going to offer, again, some things that are a little bit more exciting. One of my favorites is that, like a lot of companies, we are going to be offering a sleep ashore. But what we do a little differently, which I love, is we do it without tents. We will have the people sleep under the stars.
I heard about it. You told me about this. It was amazing.
It's just a really neat concept. It's something that I've done in another lifetime, and the expedition leader we have, Henry Wolf, who is just fantastic. What he does is they cut out little ice holes, I guess you could call it, into the snow, such that the person is submerged beneath the wind. They line the hole with something that would keep you dry. And then you sleep in the evening covered in, of course, a mummy-type sleeping bag. And it's a different experience than staying in a tent, which sometimes gets a little humid, a little moist, and also you don't get to experience the true ambiance of the Antarctic. Now, I will say that these sorts of tours, that some of our helicopter experiences, some of the glacier things and such, those are quite limited space.
Right.
So when people hear about these things, I will be frank that what we do is these go on sale first for booking to our suite guests. They have a limited booking window before we then open them up to our fully paid guests. So that is something to consider. I would love to say we have all of these things for everyone, but these sorts of things are limited. But keep in mind also, in every port we go to, there is a complimentary shore excursion. And in our warm weather cruising, whether it be Europe, South America, Central America, every day in port, a guest can select an included complimentary shore excursion that offers them enough content that they can go away from that port and say, yeah, I saw that area. And that's important because in keeping with our all-inclusive, all-the-way philosophy, we don't want people to feel like we're nickel and diming them. We're forcing them to do something. Right. We like the people to feel comfortable, that every day they're on board, they never have to worry about things like paying an incidental bill here or there. We want them to be comfortable.
Well, I did notice you do have a helipad in the stern of the ship. I don't know if that's what you're using, but that it's pretty cool to have a helipad in the end. Now, in terms of going back to onboard activities and during the days, I mean, there are going to be some sea days. We've experienced them. So what are you going to do to occupy the guest time when they're not in the warm weather? They're all sitting up by the pool, which is great. I've actually gone and seen a movie, which was pretty good. You have a beautiful theater. I think that's one of the things is where you're going to have your lectures for all of the expeditions, and obviously in Antarctica. And then the other night I just happened to go in and there was a Hitchcock film and I watched that it was actually, I love movies, I don't know, and to see it actually in a movie theater, which is something we haven't seen much of lately. So, but what are some of the activities during the days when you're at sea?
What we like to do is we do offer a full enrichment lecture series. What we do and how we do it is we'll have on board at least 2 lecturers. We will always have a local content lecture. If we're in, for example, this week, we're going to Egypt. And so we're picking up our Egyptologist tomorrow. And the Egyptologist will then go ahead and inform and educate the guests on the way down so that when they get there, they can better experience the local area. So we will have local content lectures, but also what we do is we also complement that with a pop culture lecturer. We have, for example, sportscasters coming on, athletes, people from business, and other walks of life, which will have a popular attraction, something that's a unique thing to hear about, something that you might not see at home. And people who perhaps have, a little bit of name-dropping ability, and they could tell some inside stories, that's what we're going for. So we will have that lecture series. Then in addition, what we do is we do use that entertaining cruise director or cruise staff and those shipboard musicians to go ahead and set up different sites, different pop-up entertainment venues. By the pool is a very popular one.
Sure.
DJing by the pool is very popular out in the sun. Meals by the pool. We've
had a few here and they've been really successful there.
It does go well. The people love it. And it's just with the intimacy of our ship, people will know each other. There's a relaxed atmosphere, and at Atlas Ocean Voyages, we do encourage people to have fun.
Yeah, well, that's the idea, and you get up when they're, especially these warm weathers. We've been having different meals on deck a few times. We've had entertainers. There was caviar, and there was champagne, and there was another venue. There was vodka on ice, poured by your owner, by the way. That was interesting. I never saw that before, but it was amazing. I don't know if he'll be on every cruise, but maybe you should invite him on. He serves very well.
I hope I can get him a job as a bartender. That would be great. Vodka is supposed to be served all night, so we do it that way, and champagne flows regularly and freely. So yes, it's popular out there to have a few beverages, adult beverages, and to enjoy yourselves.
Well, you also, I think maybe you could do this caviar and champagne on surfboards have become all too popular. Everybody's doing it. I think you got to have it on the ice in Antarctica at some point, right?
We obviously, because we were new and we want to be different, we have to differentiate. So we are going to stay away from some of the cruise line cliches, and we're just going to go ahead and try to have things a little bit more lighter hearted and things that the people are comfortable enjoying, that it's not such a thing that's a pretentious feel as much as it's just a backyard with friends feel.
Yeah. You also have a lot of toys on board in terms of the water toys, water sports, and things like that. You even have kind of an artificial dock you can put. We were actually out in the middle of the Mediterranean, and you put together this dock, and people went swimming, and it was kind of fun.
It's great. Thanks, James. What we do is, to conserve space, we have an attachable, detachable flotation system, which makes, as you mentioned, a dock, and we do that for our sports deck. Mm-hmm. And what we're able to do is we're able to bring the toys up, whether it be the jet ski wave runners or the canoes, the paddle boards, or the kayaks. We bring those aside, and we have safety swimmers on board to watch people. And what we do is we can impromptu go ahead and launch our activities, and we're going to do that throughout our itineraries in the warm weather. And then when we're in the cold weather, we're going to be able to use those same platforms to get out the Zodiacs and other.
You have a lot of how many Zodiacs will you have when you're down there?
What we're carrying on board is we're carrying 12 basic Zodiacs and 2 of the enhanced reinforced Zodiacs, so that we can have a little bit higher speed. Mm-hmm. And also we use those in the warm water for our ski boats, which is very fun.
Well, that's interesting. Those boats can do water skiing, right?
They could do water skiing, pull donuts, and so they're very fun. We have our certified drivers to operate them, and we keep everything safe, but we do make it fun.
No, and absolutely. Now, so all right, we've covered entertainment, we've covered adventures on shore, we've covered adventures just around the ship when you got it. Anything else that you want to tell travel agents about all the activities that you can get on Atlas Ocean Voyages?
Well, I want to say to the advisor community that we know that you are our base. You are the people who keep us alive, and we've proven that already with our booking mix. It's nearly completely on the agency side. And the thing I want to recommend to them, however, is because we are so focused on the activity side that, unlike some cruise lines, with us, it's really important that they get those activity selections in early, because we're already running into situations where things are piling up, things are booking up. Mm-hmm. And we don't want the guests to come on with incorrect expectations. We want them to know what they're going to be participating in. That's an important thing. And then the other thing is to let them know that we have found thus far that there is no typical Atlas client. We are reaching everything from people who are experienced cruisers who want to enjoy a different environment to first to cruise. We're getting a lot of multi-generational cruising, especially in the Antarctic. So when they talk with their potential clients, let them know that they can probe them to see if they understand that although we're top luxury, the value for money is extremely competitive across all types.
No, that's great and good to know. And yeah, when you talk to your clients about what they want to do on board, there's a lot to do off the ship. Listen, I want to thank you for taking the time. It's been a tremendous cruise. It was kind of a test cruise. It was the owner's cruise. So he had his friends and his business associates on board. So it was a lot of fun. It was long. We were going all over the place. We went to different places. Things I'd never gone to Gibraltar, for instance, and that was a great experience. And now we're finally here in Athens. We've docked, and I got to say goodbye. You're going to stay on board for another week or so, and then hopefully you'll get a chance to get down. The next cruise is really Egypt and Greece, right?
That's right. And what we're doing is, in our Greece and Egypt season, is because it is the beginning, we're having a lot of attractive agent rates, because we want to get the trade community on board to see the product. And I will be here for the first couple cruises just to make sure everyone's comfortable, and of course kind of watch you, make sure things go off well.
Well, you're curious to what you made. This is the whole thing. This is the first go around for this ship, and it's a beautiful ship, as we've talked about in other interviews. It's really incredibly comfortable, and the food's great, and now you can see all these wonderful activities as well. So again, I want to thank you. And as you notice, I've already become the crew. I have my shirt. Where's your shirt?
I know. I've been so busy. They're in the laundry.
Well, that's my excuse. All my shirts are actually in the laundry, so this is what but it's a nice shirt. I thank Harry Liu, who's your PR guy, got me the shirt, and then I was very happy because it gave me something to wear. So that otherwise I'd be just here like this. So anyway, Alberto, thank you again. It's been great to see you again as always, and we're actually live, which we've been doing Zoom for about
That's right.
ever, right?
It's good to sit with you. I see you face to face.
Absolutely. I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.